Welcome to the next part of the video tutorial, how to use a Bezier CAM. In this tutorial I will go a bit more in the depth how to use some functions and the settings available in the program. Okay, I just already created some virtual space, virtual material. Create. Create is when you want to manually create some details. Of course, there is some options which are not very usable and some options which are very usable. Okay, let's start from something very usable. Add Bezier path. That's one and I think most important function of this program. If you want to regenerate any shape, it's best to use a Beziers, and the Beziers are pretty flexible, editable. You can just create a lot of it by just controlling 4 points: start point, end point, and some control points between them. Of course, there is a precision on that one, and we can go with a lower precision, which just generate a few lines over the Bezier. Like at this moment, just a 3 lines are generated between the start and the end. And of course, we can go with something like a very high precision when we have a lot of lines, and of course the quality of the Bezier looking much better now. Okay, and of course when we click right mouse button now, it just save as that Bezier is edit. We finish editing of it. As mean we stop editing, we just want to create another Bezier. It's showing just a start and stop line, and now when we click again, we can go again and we can just for example lower the quality on the next one, re-edit it in a way how we want that Bezier look like, and that's it. And we can just go and create another one. Standard quality what I'm using by default is at 20 lines per Bezier. Okay, that's a Bezier path. We can make single Beziers and then try to connect them to the rest of the picture, and the same, the quality is available here. When we click right, the edit of the Bezier finished, the Bezier is saved. Of course later you can just edit it here, just clicking edit Beziers, and you can just edit all of them at once. Okay, go to create. We can add a line path. These are just a single path. Each time you click left mouse button, it's adding another line to a path. When you click right, it stops doing that. Okay, we can create a line. For example, we want to extend that line here, and we're doing that like that. And problem is, not always when you click, that line is connected. If you want to connect it, you need to go to edit and then drag. Just select this point, move it to another one, and now you have 2 points in a control. That means they always will be connected. They will be originate in the same point. Okay, and that's it. We can go back to the create, and the last option and the first on the list is add point. Add point is almost not used, is added just for a continuation, because each line starts and ends with the point. That means the line is just start point and end point. But if for example we want to extend that line somewhere to that point, we're just creating a point here, and instead of just drawing a line and then just connecting it, we can go to the edit again, select a points which we want to connect, like this too, and click connect, and automatically the line will be added to the that path. Of course we can use that to close the path and create a loop. We're selecting these 2 points now, click connect, and that at this moment is a closed loop, and these ones inside the Beziers are just open loops. When you go to a CAM view, it will show us the green is a closed loop, the red is not closed loop. When you go to calculate and now simulate, we will see what that means. The green is only moved once. That means the wire move only in one direction. On the red lines, it's moving in both directions, going to the end of the line and then coming back to the front of the line, and then going back to the our loop. As mean over the red line, wire moving in both direction. On the green line, wire moving in one direction. Okay, that's it. That means we have the editing, we have the loop, we have how to connect the points. Okay, I will show you now how to use some of these options on a project. For example, let's load some uh, previously regenerated image. That means I just loaded the fish bone, and let's see it on a grid. Yes, and we want, for example, cut that out from the material. For example, we want that fish to be a bit smaller. We want to cut a smaller detail, and I will just stretch everything on that project. Okay, I generated now a small fish. I place it somewhere on the material on the start when I will start cutting. And for example, now I want to cut that out. Of course, the fish will be cut out from the material, but after that I want to cut a block of material out of a bigger piece of material. How to do that? We just simply generate a line path. Just switch on the snap to grid, and for example, I will start with that point here, and now to that point there, to the 0, to the start, and back to that point. I just generated a single loop around the perimeter, around our detail. Okay, let's see how that will go in the CAM module. Calculate path. Now the path for the wire is calculated. And we can just click simulate. And now you can see simulation going first inside the material, it cutting our monster. Okay, speed it up a little bit. Okay, and now it starts cutting it out from the material. I mean, if that would be a solid block of styrofoam, it just at this moment cut it out the details inside, and now it will just cut a block of material which contain that detail. Okay, that's it. Job done. Of course, we can just save or send by the USB. Okay, I think that will be adding some options. Let's go for edit. Okay, point. When we select point, it's allowing us to select only the points on the picture. Okay, the lines. When we click select lines, we're selecting a whole line or beziers just by the clicking on them. Lines are purple, beziers are selected red. Okay, deselect. When we click once, nothing happened because we can now just deselect manually the lines by clicking on them. Okay, come on, deselect me this one. Yes. Okay, and of course, when we select more of the lines, we can deselect all of them just clicking once, and second time all of them will be deselected. Edit bezier, it will automatically select all the beziers and switch on the edit mode when we can just modify them. Okay, select all. When we select, for example, one bezier and we want to replace, at this moment there is nothing, but we can just show it how it works. Okay, let's create some bezier path. At this moment I still have a snap to grid switch on. Okay, alright, I just created some kind of the crazy line, and I want to just replace these two beziers by just a single one, or maybe that's in the middle. What I'm doing, I just selecting that beziers here, click merge, and they just become something like a straight line, but in a real that's a bezier, starting when the first start and ending when the second ends. And now I can just recreate that bezier. It's sometimes usable when you want to edit some already generated details. Okay, split. If we click split, let's select some beziers. Yes, and we click split. We're showing which bezier we want to split. For example, I want to split that long one somewhere in the middle. Now all the bezier was selected, but anyway, you can go and just edit them. You see there is two beziers now in a place where there was just one long one. Okay. Okay, mirror. If we select something, Of course, if I didn't select, everything will be taken into consideration for a mirror. If we select something like, for example, this crazy line here, we can mirror it, and the mirror will be done over the line like here. I mean, I just showing what is the mirror line. Okay. Of course, if I select that and just do a mirror like that, it will overlap because I just mirror exactly through that axis of the line which I just drawing on that program here. Okay. Drag, of course, we know what drag doing. It's dragging a points, but only the start and the stop points on the line points. It's not affecting anything else. It's not affecting the control points for Beziers. Okay. Move. If I, for example, select the line, I can move only that Beziers. That means I can just disconnect them, just moving them. Okay. At this moment, this become disconnected. Okay. And rotate is the same. I can rotate everything, or I can rotate only the selected part of the picture. And of course, rotation is done by the pivot point. I mean, where you first click, then you just keeping the button down and you're moving the mouse, and that's generating the angle how you want to rotate. Okay. The same stretch. If we select stretch, we can just stretch the thing. I mean, at this moment, I'm zooming or shrinking it down. When I switch keep aspect ratio left, of course, I just stretching in horizontally. When I move mouse up and down, I'm just stretching it vertically because I switch off keep aspect ratio. When aspect ratio is switched on, then of course both aspects are kept and they stretch in the same manner. Of course, the position when I stretching is the same pivot point where I just placing the mouse button. If I start here, the stretch happening from that point. Okay. Copy. When I select something, I can copy that. And of course, at this moment, it just seems the selection just gone, but I have a paste button. When I click it, the same detail is just shown here, is selected, but it's just overlapping the original one. To just make a copy, you just move it a little bit, and then you see that's just created a copy of that. Of course, it's selected. You can just do whatever you like with that copy, and when you finish, you just deselect it, and that becoming a part of the picture. Okay. And of course, undo redraw. When you do something, you can just undo or redraw that change. Okay, I think that will be pretty much. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, you can just contact me. And if something didn't working as predicted or have some malfunctions, just please call me or send me some email. I will try to look into that problem and fix it, of course. But most of these functions are tested pretty well at this moment. Thank you very much for watching, and have fun using it. Bye bye.